Okay guys, so welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be transforming this face, and unfortunately I'm having a little bit of a reaction to the sun lately. Even though I've been keeping my face completely out of the sun, I've been getting like heat rash, so that's why it's taking me so long to like do these things. But today we're going to transform this face into M3GAN. Hold on to your vaginas. I will be narrating this through the whole thing, unlike the last video, which was a voiceover, so I'll let you know what I use and how I use it. Okay, so I didn't do anything without my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This thing is amazing. Always start with this. It's just like, to me, it holds everything together. I've tried other primers. I know, like, everyone's like, you should be using more expensive makeup. I don't. That's not me. I feel like whatever works, works. Okay, so next, I just got new sponges, so we're gonna do this. I use Milani in the color Warm Beige. Not for everyone. I do have a little bit of a olivey, darker skin tone in the summer. Sometimes I go a little lighter than this. This is 5, but this kind of works for me, especially if I want to contour and I want to add like some highlights to my face. For all like the lighter parts of my face, I use 00B like Claire. This was also my last video for Jessica Jones, and I use it for like under the eyes and stuff. But right now we are just going to go in here and cover the cheeks and do all that fun stuff. Foundation has been fully applied. I'm gonna go in with the 00B like Claire, and I'm just gonna go underneath the eyes. I know it's weird that I do my makeup in my kitchen, but I feel like it's the one place in the house that has the best real lighting. Plus I have like a really bomb ass makeup mirror. Amazing. Okay. Alright, so I add a little bit of highlight to my chin. I kind of do that with almost every cosplay, and I really go in with the nose, but we're gonna get to that because we're gonna contour right now. Halo Glow Beauty Wand by e.l.f. Not sponsored by e.l.f. in any way, just that to me this is affordable and it's good for every day and also contouring. I always do a little bit under my nose. For M3GAN, I swoop the cheek a little bit more because like she has like more of a rounder face than I do, and I'm not trying to like sharpen my cheekbones so much for Meg because she does have a very, very round face. I also sometimes will do this for Meg to give me more of like a chin, like a prominent chin. Looks weird now, I know. And we're gonna just blend. Like I say this with all the cosplays, like you just gotta really blend. And then there you get more of like a buttony nose and like more of a swoop cheek here, like because you don't want like cheekbones that could cut glass for M3GAN. Like she's got to look like a kid sort of. I know now she's a little bit more grown up in this movie, but I still like to keep it like that. Then we're gonna blend this in. Okay, so I'm liking that so far. Now we're gonna hit up her eyebrows, which we have another e.l.f. product. This is the Instant Lift Brow Pencil. It's in deep brown. I use this honestly for every day because I do have a lot darker eyebrows. For Glinda, I actually dyed them and we'll be dyeing them again once Glinda season picks up again and we start getting more Glinda bookings because it's much easier to cover like dark eyebrows when they're bleached. But now they're growing back in and they're dark again, so this just gives it a little bit more of a pop for M3GAN. M3GAN has like arched eyebrows, so I am going to keep my natural arch. Probably I'll look at a picture of her right now just to make sure. So they're kind of thick here and then they kind of swoop down. Almost like my natural shape, but we could exaggerate it a little bit more. I'm feeling that. I also take this pen too. I don't usually do it with black. I might go over it a little bit with black because M3GAN is a doll and her eyes do pop a lot more. So I'm just going to take the brown pencil and just line underneath my eyes. We are not going to do the waterline because usually for doll makeup we don't do that. And I actually go in with a white pencil. So we're doing this, but I think I'm going to line it with black. This is a Wet n Wild multi-use pen. You guys saw this is how I did my eyebrows for Jessica. I'm just going to dab a little, like give it a little bit more of a zhuzh. I don't want to go too crazy. And then I will smear this a little bit with under here. I'm gonna do her eyeshadow, which I'm gonna use my LA Girl nude palette. In M3GAN too, she actually has like a lot more eyeshadow on, and it's actually a lot darker than when she was in the first M3GAN. It's nothing crazy, but I'll show you the colors that I'm gonna use. So I think I'm gonna start with this color right here and mix it with that color, and then we're gonna deepen it. So we're gonna go in with this pinkish color here. And then we're gonna go over with the brown. Yeah, see, like it gives you like a little bit of a darker look on the top. I'm usually like, I always use like the first color, which is like really light, and then I like mix in dark like with my normal makeup, but we're not doing normal makeup, we're doing M3GAN today. So Okay, I like that. And then I'm gonna add some of this dark color on the end. It's like a blackish color, but it's not. It has like, again, LA girl nudes. I don't have really expensive makeup, as you guys could tell, but honestly, like, whatever does the job, especially with cosplay makeup. Let's see. I kind of like that. It's definitely giving what I need it to give. Again, we don't want to go crazy because M3GAN is also like young, like a little teenager, even though these teenagers look like they're older than me lately. I'm gonna just mix it together and voila. Okay. And this is a really important part. Like, we're gonna do the waterline with this white pencil, and this is from Wet n Wild. Surprise. A lot of these products that I have were bought specifically for like these characters and stuff. This is why I don't spend a ton of money, because like I only do them once in a while. And I feel like when you get better at makeup, you can pretty much use anything. So now we have like that doll look going on, and now we're gonna do the waterline. This is M3GAN Black Hard, and I'm just gonna do, because she does have a line here. I would have preferred it a little thinner, but we're here, so we're gonna roll with it. Not really a wing, but definitely a line for the top. Okay, I like how that looks. I just bought all new lashes. Let's jump into that. Okay, so for M3GAN, I do this lash trick on everything. Like, I have a very tiny face, and I feel like using a whole thing, like a whole lash strip, just overwhelms the look of my eye. It's really uncomfortable, so I split them in half. I use Ardell Wispies. So I split it right down the middle. When I'm going for more of a less dramatic look, actually, that's what I'm going to use for M3GAN, since she is kind of a teenager. I use this part, which is the smaller part going into the larger part, and I cut it in half, and I just stick it on this part of my eye. It gives it more of a natural look to me. I'm not big with like big giant lashes. Even with the princesses and stuff, like I still like to keep it like more natural, flowing, and like just have a more realistic feel. To me, M3GAN is like a hyper realistic android, so can't go wrong. I use the Kiss Super Stick to apply them. I know, listen, any type of lash method that you have, like I know people are using the magnetic ones. This is just what I've been doing for years, so I do it with every cosplay. And I really truly stick to like the same type of lashes for every single cosplay. To me, I don't like to go super crazy. Like even for Barbie, I stick with these, because to me, Margot was like way more natural. So, yeah. So we're gonna just plop this on here. I'm gonna move them up a little bit more just to give it a more of a brighter look. And that's the eyes for M3GAN, and then we'll move on to the lips. Actually, I lied. We're gonna work a little bit on the nose, because I like M3GAN to have more of a smaller nose than me. So let's work on the bulbiness of her nose and really get in there, like really, really get in there. Okay, and just like really blend it in. And then always what I do too is I use my lighter foundation and I just kind of blend it in here. This way it doesn't look like lines everywhere. And you're getting more of like that natural looking nose. And always a little light on the tip. I know it looks kind of crazy now, but when it's all blended together, I promise you, like, it'll look better. And sometimes, like, I know this seems a little extreme, but when you're doing like button noses and you're not blessed with a button nose, I also like to take a little bit of eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go back to the eyeshadow and use the brown. I should show you the brown here. And I just put a little bit here and like a little bit here. And then I just blend this really in with my fingers. Because the heat from your hands really help it. Spread it a little bit too. And you have like more of like a bulby nose. When we're all together, you'll see how it like kind of just brings everything together. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now let's moving on to lips. So Meg has like naturally a natural color lip, like more neutral. This is NYX Sassy. I love this color for just lining. It's more of a nude. And we're just gonna trace, usually I do like one, we're gonna trace my lip shape. That's a little bit too much. I'm gonna round this out a little bit. This part always takes a little bit more time. And because this is like a lot darker, I am going to use Athens. This is NYX Athens on the inside. Actually, no, I don't think we need any gloss. And that's the lip for Meg. I'm going to powder my face and set all of this makeup, which will make it look a lot more flatter. Doing like cons and big events, and I have to really set my face and hope like that it stays all day. I use this is dogged because it's old as crap, but the M3GAN setting powder. It really works really well for me, and I use one of these. I know people are like, why don't you use brushes? But like, to me, I push it into my face, and it really, like you saw with Jessica, like it really sets and it really stays like all day long. And in this case, like when I do M3GAN, I usually do them for the movie theaters or events, so like we really want it to stay. We want Meg to stay, you know. So I'm definitely liking this makeup a lot. There's also another really important factor with M3GAN. Okay, so arguably the most important part of M3GAN. I do have blue eyes already, but M3GANs are like clear. So these are contacts that I got from TTDYE. They're like clear, actually. They're like a clear blue. And okay, so for me, this is the whole game changer of M3GAN. Like, I have blue eyes, but her eyes are like clear. These are contacts from TTDYE. Now I'm gonna go in with my Better Than Sex mascara and give her more of that doll look with my mascara. And this way you can get a real look at my M3GAN makeup. M3GAN also like holds her face like that, sort of. So now we're gonna put the wig and everything on and see how it looks together. Hold on to your vaginas. So this costume I actually got on Amazon. It came right before the movie came out. Thank goodness.
Hold on to your vaginas.
I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for coming along. Besties!